This week, we learned that Harrison Ford can be scary, like really scary. In honor of what lies beneath, we're breaking down the most diabolical husbands in movie history. And joining us is our pal and social commentator, Ashley, to help us crown the ultimate worst husband on screen and give us her employee picks.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to the No More Late Fees podcast. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Jackie, and we're just two best friends and ex-Blockbuster employees rewatching some of the best and worst movies from the late 90s and early 2000s.
Well, in this
Hey, Jeff.
bonus episode, we're just going to get into the worst husbands, welcoming Ashley back on the show, which we
Hey.
are super stoked. We've been counting down all year since she agreed to come back. Don't know why, but very thankful that she did. Welcome back, Ashley.
Hi, Danielle. Hi, Jackie. Good to
Hey,
be back.
Ashley. Glad to have you
3.
back.
Feel like halfway to Jordan.
Yes. I think the person who's been on the show the most has been on 6 times. So we
Ah,
just gotta get you up there.
Yep.
do it.
It's fun watching your videos. I'm like, it's surreal because I'm like, oh, we know Ashley. We're cool. But I'm watching you, I'm like, that's right, girl. You right. You right. He is trash. I feel like that sums up 90% of the videos.
Oh, yeah, no, this movie was very triggering because if you follow me, I just found out I was dating a married man.
Oh,
So I was like,
no.
well, I was watching this movie and I was like, well, I mean, it could have ended worse, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I could
Tagline
be
for
at the
this
bottom. I
episode.
could be at the bottom of a lake, but he's a narcissist, not a sociopath. So, well, it should be
I've been caught up in a married man scandal twice, and both times I didn't know.
fine. Look, you
But
be like,
hmm?
I could hide some shit. Harrison Ford had that woman up in Michelle Pfeiffer's house.
I don't think I got that far. Luckily, I was able to figure it out pretty quickly. One time, the guy, I met him at Best Buy and we went out on a date and we went to Queens. I think the second date, we hung out. I got on the Long Island Railroad. And as I'm literally walking onto the train, I get a phone call and it's his wife. And what creeped me out was like, is she watching us? Because
She
like then,
she may have been because I'm like, girl,
yeah.
how you get like what?
And I'm just like, I just feel like you should be calling me. I
Well,
don't
I mean,
like,
look, I wish somebody had called me.
I tell us
Months
how
of
you
my
found
life.
out.
Months of my life. Well, no, I think I met him and then it was so stupid. Like I'm one of those people who's like very like skeptical, but I'm also like it's the ADHD and autism. Like, why would you lie? Right? Like
Right?
kind of like, well, people like will say things to me and like be like, my therapist was like, Ashley, you're always so skeptical and you always immediately think somebody's lying to you. Like, give people a chance. And I was like, you're right, doctor. I will give people a chance. And then I did. And then don't let people spin the block on you.
I
Don't do
don't,
it. And
I,
every intuition that you have this in the back of your brain, I will say this, women, if you have an intuition in the back of your brain, something's wrong, it's probably wrong.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just do the like I was like, oh no, that makes sense. Oh, this makes sense. Oh, this makes sense. Blah blah blah. Wait a minute. And then it's almost disrespectful how easy it was to find out that he was
I think what I hate to admit that this is right, but a man said, why don't even bother lying? Women will lie to themselves. And it's true. It is so like I do have those gut feelings, and because I just do not want it to be true, I will make point A to point B make sense, even though presented it didn't make sense.
yeah, no, when you say the whole thing out loud, it's like this was dumb, then this was dumb, and then this was dumb. But it's like could be worse. I could be like old girl from this movie and know I was wrong.
Right. Yeah.
That's a whole other level of trifling.
Yeah.
Very much the whore has to die at the end.
Mm.
So
Imagine teaming up with
A ghost
the side chick, the dead side chick, teaming up for her to
with
come back
Allegra
to save
from
you.
Hitch.
like it takes like what's that movie? It's like could have been Happy, like the other woman with Cameron Diaz in them. But
Oh,
like
that's
Yeah.
one of my faves.
go. I was like, this movie was so
Actually, I think that is a really good plot to a movie. You have the wife who finds out her husband is not only a cheater, but like a serial killer. And she teams up with the dead women ghosts to try to get him back,
Ooh.
but it's a comedy.
Like
you know,
ghosts of girlfriends past, but
Yes.
serial killer.
I'm thinking
like
actually
it,
more like just like heaven.
Okay, I like it.
that movie with Reese Witherspoon.
Yes,
Yeah.
That
where
movie was
she's
so weird. I couldn't figure out. I was like, I was like, she's in a coma, but what? She's not. I was like, she's astral projecting. I know that was weird.
the best part, the best thing to do about that movie is try not to think too hard about it.
Yeah.
Just
The
go with it.
science of that movie just made me angry. It's like Ghost I can get behind, but you in a coma, astral projecting, I don't know.
Go into the light, Reese.
She had to wake up so she could meet her boo in real life. She had unfinished business, but wasn't dead.
So silly.
So, we are going to play a game where we will name husbands from film history who embody the worst of the worst, whether it's murder, manipulation, or just plain creep factor. So, we will kind of have a discussion and then see what we come up with.
Oh, where's husband? Man.
Ashley Judd's husband in Double Jeopardy.
Woo!
Ooh, yes.
That man had. I was like, kill him. Because like
um,
he like faked his own death, sent her up to jail for it. You know, had the nerve to be like dating her best friend with her son. And then what was crazy was like the best friend who was his mistress had the baby, and you still dating the mistress,
right.
the boy. And then I was like,
Trash. Throw him away. Trash, trash, trash. I'm gonna go with old dude from Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
oh, Charles.
Yes.
Made that girl walk. Oh no, I'm thinking,
No, you're thinking
why
how
did I
to
get
why
married?
to get married. Yeah, he sucks too. No, Charles and his mistress and his ass in the wheelchair and
Where is
all
she
Jackie.
My initial knee-jerk reaction was Leonardo DiCaprio in Revolutionary Road.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Mm.
But like, what happened at Revolutionary Road? Naomi Watts?
No,
No,
it's with Kate.
Kate Winslet. So it's like set in the 1950s and it's like very typical gender roles. Like he goes off to work and is like hanging out with the bros, and she's just expected to like stay home and cook and clean and pop out babies. And she keeps telling him, like, I can't continue to do this.
Mhm.
Like she had mental health issues before like it was diagnosed. She was just being a hysterical woman. And so he's like, it'll be all right, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. Then she gets pregnant and she's like, I cannot have another baby. Like, I absolutely cannot. And he's like, it'll be all right, it's fine. And just like goes off to work, comes home, drinks his gin and tonic or whatever. So the movie ends, spoiler alert, with her trying to give herself an abortion and ends up killing
Oh my
herself.
God.
And then he's left with all of the home responsibilities and the children because he wouldn't listen to his fucking wife when she said, I can't do this anymore.
Ooh.
That's rough.
Yeah. Like at the end of that movie, I'm like, she had done told you the entire movie, this life ain't for me. And you were just like gaslighting her and just like, it'll be fine. And then like, now you're upset that she's dead because she told you.
Mhm.
I told you I didn't want to live like this.
Yeah.
All right, Ashley, what's your next nominee.
Now, thinking about that movie that we watched, I thought of what you call it, that movie with Harry Styles that broke up
Oh,
to
don't worry,
make this
darling.
movie. What? Yeah,
Yes.
that movie is like not you having her like in a Matrix pod and like some Stepford wife shit
Wild
over there,
business.
and he was over there just looking ragged. I said,
My next horrible husband has to be a double feature. Unfortunately, I feel like they're just tied together. I believe Michael Beach plays the husband in both Soul Food and in Waiting to Exhale.
what, Terry's husband?
Yes. Is it not Michael Beach, the actor?
I don't
Let
know.
me check. But Terry's
I
husband,
think he's in both of those movies.
yeah. He same character, different font, essentially, in those two movies. He
All
is,
the husbands from Waiting to Exhale.
yeah, that's true. They all are horrific. Horrific.
Step
Jackie?
for me will be the ex-husband in Enough that makes her like essentially go into hiding, and at the end she just has to like kick the living shit out of him because he keeps tracking her down
Yeah, he was pretty shitty. He played that role very well.
really well.
Ashley, your last one?
I'm gonna give every all the original dark skinned husbands in every Tyler Perry movie that are terrible and get left for a light skinned man,
With a
a
bad wig.
terrible wig.
Yeah. Always a horrible wig. Yo, the guy,
Only the dude from Why Did I Get Married was saved. He was the only one I feel like that wasn't light skinned and didn't have a bad wig.
the guy in the movie with, I think it's Journey Smollett.
Hmm.
Eve
No, no, it's a Tyler Perry movie. Maybe he's
Oh,
not in
Lance
that.
Gross.
No, you know what? Maybe she's not in it. But there is one where this guy dates an older lady and his his wig, his hair is horrific. It's so bad. Oh my God. Now I gotta look it up.
I'll never forgive him for what he did to Shamar Moore.
So bad. So, I
You
mean,
know who always has a good wig? Medea. Medea always got that lace front, human hair tossed to the side, late, and everybody else has got like the world's worst wigs.
Tyler Perry, like
He will pay for his crime.
one of his other crimes, I think, is the fact that we don't get the same really quality black movies that we did in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Tyler Perry doesn't use people within Astra or anybody within the, what is it called?
WGA.
Unions. He doesn't use unions, so he does things hella cheap and really fast. And I think they were like, oh, they got Tyler Perry, it's all good. I really think it's almost this equivalent to Judd Apatow ruining rom-coms
Hmm.
with the male comedy movies from 40-Year-Old Virgin and on.
Oh,
That's
so
just
Judd Apatow gave us great movies but ruined the entire genre. Is that what happened?
exactly, yes.
Damn,
Hmm.
Judd Apatow. He dropped the
I hate him to the day I take my last breath, but that's a whole nother day. My last one, oh, so the movie I was talking about is called A Fall from Grace with the bad wig. Now I got to see what the actor's name is. Cause yes, A Fall from Grace. Oof, his wig was atrocious. It's McCod Brooks. I think I'm good because I named three movies. Jackie, what's your last one?
I am going with, okay, so in college, I took a class that was blood, sex, and violence,
Mm.
but it was a women's studies class.
Ooh.
And so it was movies from like a women's studies point of view. And she always taught Sleeping with the Enemy as the sequel to Pretty Woman. And
Mm.
I really love that. And so
Mhm.
I'm going with Sleeping with the Enemy, but like contingent on the fact that this is just the love affair progressing from Pretty Woman.
I have to go have a double feature this weekend.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
watch Sleeping with the Enemy. I feel like Pretty Woman's gotta be on like somewhere.
it's definitely on there. I also need to tell you to look at Tyler Perry's wig from this same movie. It's I know Medea has a good wig, but he does not in this. It's so bad. You're right, he will pay for his crimes. Question for all of us. If you could recast what lies beneath today, who would you pick as the ultimate diabolical husband and the unsuspecting wife?
Hmm. Well, it has to be. It's gotta be a white man because nobody likes to kill whoever they. No one's a family annihilator like a white man.
Hmm.
Huh. I gotta think about this. You know, honestly, maybe just off of the strength of like a Harrison Ford type, I have to go with President Fitzgerald Thomas Grant III.
Ooh. And you know what's funny? Scandal made me think of him better, but
Ghost.
Ghost?
Mm.
Because
I
literally the only thing anybody knows him as is like Ghost. Maybe you know he was Tarzan and Scandal. That's the only three things that man has done that people know about.
The ultimate Nepo baby.
Fuck. Love that for him.
I think the perfect husband would be Tom Cruise because can we not
Yes.
imagine him being diabolically insane?
You know what it is? I don't think he could pull it off.
I think he could.
I don't know if Tom Cruise plays like, I don't know.
He's got it in him. After Interview with a Vampire, I truly believe we have not even seen the best Tom Cruise performance yet. Now that he's wrapped up this Mission Impossible shit, I need him to go back to dramatic acting and show us what he can do because he's got it in him, I think. I'm a die on this hill. He crazy, but I think he can do it. What about you, Jackie? You thought of
I'm trying to
any?
think. Like I was kind of leaning towards Chris Evans because I think he could do like crazy really well.
Mm,
And he's so charismatic that it
yeah.
would be very similar to Harrison Ford's character, where everyone's just adoring him and doting on him, but really he has like this sinister side to him. For the wife, it's going to be a layup and it's going to be Florence Pugh because I'll watch her in anything.
I think my wife is going to be Naomi Watts. We've said her name a lot, and now it's like in my head. And I think she does
That's good.
the like frightened, oh my God, I can't believe you've done this vibe very well.
Yeah.
But that would never happen because Nicole Kidman is her best friend, and I'm sure she hates
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
I don't know. If I gotta go off of Tony Goldwyn, wouldn't it be funny. Honestly, maybe we
Don't say it.
maybe just because no, I would say Kerry Washington just so we could just I think it would be fun. They'd be like, but then also I was like, I don't like the optics of this white man trying to kill this black woman. But I think I'm trying to think I might have to go because they do have to look alike. The
Hmm.
Mm.
one of those like Margot Robbie in one of her twins,
Oh
or
yeah.
Ron Howard's daughter in one of her twins,
I like it.
or like I would say Amy Adams and what's her face, but they already did that in that Tom Ford movie. But it's
Oh
got to be like one of these white women that look like one of the other white women, you know?
yeah. I honestly don't think they have to look alike, and I think it would be fucking hilarious if Kerry Washington played the other woman.
Ooh, I like it.
Because well, I can't
The one that
like
he killed.
I can't quit you. That's them two for real.
Like that, honestly, that's how in the real world, that's how Scandal would have went. Like he
Yeah.
would have yoked Kerry Washington out like a long time
Oh, great answers, ladies.
Excellent answers. So now it's time to put Ashley in the hot seat for her three employee picks. Let's see what movie she stocks on the shelves at Blockbuster. And this time around, no time frame. You don't have to stick to our time frame. And your previous selections were Get Over It, Soul Food, and Batman and Robin.
Okay, I thought about this really hard because I wanted to stay on theme. Okay, so I was like, what are my favorite cheating related movies? And it's like Unfaithful with
Mhm.
Diane Lane, and I
Yes.
forget, was that Richard Gere? Something Borrowed, because
Oof.
nothing has that all that. Don't get me started on Something Borrowed. And then Closer, because it took
Mm.
me a long time to figure out what the fuck. Damn, I think had to watch Closer like 2-3 times before I was what is like I was like, okay, so Julia Roberts is with Clive Owen, and then Jude Law is with Natalie Portman. Cool. But then Clive Owen, like Jude Law gets with Julia Roberts, and then Clive Owen somehow gets with Natalie Portman, but then somehow everybody gets back together. I was like, you know what?
You're like that Charlie Day meme where he just has like
Like
The
strings on a
red
wall.
strings.
it was one of those movies like I don't like movies like that are like needless, like that are like try like just like this felt like art for the sake of art kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I do, now that I know what the hell's going on in that movie. It's very like Julie. I was like Julie Rob. I've never seen her play somebody so cold,
Mm.
which might be why I like that movie.
I feel like she was pulling from real life. We can't forget that she be
You stole that
stealing
woman's husband.
husbands.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Right.
And then wore that
The,
shirt.
the
That
the
was
aloe
diabolical.
vera
Yo.
Look,
girl.
never forget.
Yeah. Petty as fuck. Well, if you think we're being too petty, hit us up at No More Late Fees on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Threads, Blue Sky. Or if you think you could be pettier, we'd love to hear how. Send us a DM, comment. We're here. And if you want to get to know Ashley a little bit better, make sure you check her out on her socials. Ashley, tell them where they can find you.
I can be found everywhere at Smashly Boyd. Hit me up. Tell me your opinions on terrible men.
And join us next week as we try to outwit Jigsaw and his schemes with Saw 2. I would like to mention that I did this episode against my will,
Oh
and that's
yes.
all I have to
I
say.
was like,
I've
what
never seen
lies beneath? You were all for it. But Saw 2, yes, that was a completely different story.
Yeah.
The look on Danielle's face when she found out Saw 2 was in our timeline and she was not done with the Saw franchise last year. And then the day we recorded, I hadn't yet watched the movie and I had to buy it. And I was like, I know Danielle hasn't watched it yet because it's not on any of our shared streaming services yet. And so I was like, Danielle, you are not getting away with pretending you watched this movie and
Like,
not
oh my
actually
God,
watching this movie.
when he cut the foot off, oh, that was crazy. Oh my God, yeah, like so much blood.
The first one I got through. The second one, I'm still pissed that I actually watched it because I truly feel I could have watched the plot that's it on Wikipedia and I would have been fine. Y'all would have never even known. What a waste.
I don't think I've ever seen any Saw movie. I don't like,
You're blessed, sis.
my
Blessed.
friend told me to watch one with Chris Rock, and I was like, I feel like that should not be the one.
Is he in
Is
one?
he in Saw?
There's like a Saw movie that Chris is supposed to, yeah, that he's like plays a police officer. It's called Jigsaw. Yeah, it's called Jigsaw, I think. And
Oh,
starring Chris Rock.
okay. Hold on.
And I was
There
like, I
is
don't know if I
a
Color
should
me
start.
a
surprised.
movie called Spiral from the Book of Saw
That.
from
What?
2021.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Starring acclaimed actor and
Acclaimed.
famously smacked man, Chris Rock.
Hold on. This is wild. Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
Of
Samuel
course he
Jackson's
is.
in everything.
He has a Capital One commercial, and I think one of the people in the commercial is like, "Are you in this one?" He's like, "Yep, I'm in this one," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's his
It's like
entire motto."
my favorite quote from New Girl is like somebody says something to Coach, and he's like, "I call my dick Sam Jackson because he's in everything."
Oh.
Well, with that, be kind and rewind.
Bye.